Greetings and welcome to the Golf Betting Show. It's Steve Bamford here from Golf Betting System. I take it that you are well. We are covering the 2019 Open Championship. Welcome to the show. Now, the Golf Betting Show is for viewers of 18 and above. Please be gamble aware. Yes, the 2019 Open Championship. Welcome to the show. It's always the joint biggest show of the year in tandem with the Masters. And we've had this short season in 2019 of about, 4 majors in around 13 to 14 weeks. It's the final major of 2019, the Open Championship. Now, if you're new to the show, if you're a regular viewer, please hit the subscribe button. Make sure that your notifications are switched on. And I would really appreciate a like for the show. The amount of subscribers that we've got, the growing amount of subscribers that we've got, the amount of likes that we get, it shows Google and it shows YouTube that the content that we put out at Golf Betting System is well appreciated, and that helps them to give us more visibility in terms of their rankings, in terms of their recommended videos. So please subscribe and please like the show. I am available on Twitter at Bamford Golf, and our European Tour expert Paul Williams, who has pulled together the 2019 Open Championship tips that I'm about to go through with you. He is available at Golf Betting. So at Golf Betting for Paul, at Bamford Golf for myself. Right, 2019 Open, the British Open if you're in the United States or Canada, the final major of 2019. I'm going to take you through Paul Williams's published predictor model in a short while. Our predictor model, completely free of charge at Golf Betting System. You can use it, you can pull together your own tailor-made predictions using all the statistics that are there, the variables, all of the information that you're looking for. It's a great way of taking this huge field, cutting it down into bite-sized chunks. Paul has pulled together his own predictions. He's pulled together, of course, the Golf Betting System Open Championship preview that I will go through. I'll take you through his top 10. Now, it has become clear that this is a record-breaking major championship. Effectively, there are more firms going 10 places each way, 50 odds, at the 2019 Open than ever or at any other major that we've seen. So there is value out there. William Hill have now gone 10 places each way for the first time in their history of 50 odds at the 2019 Open. What I want to do though right now, I want to highlight to you a couple of bookmakers who I think are offering the cream right now for the 2019 Open in terms of price, in terms of each way places. Now, I will take you through Paul's top 10. It's a great indicator of exactly where the prices are at the moment. So what I'm going to highlight to you are the best price in the market and also the best price available from the bookmakers who are offering 10 places each way. And what has become clear, 10 places each way, the best odds right now, if I'm recording this lunchtime on Monday over in the United Kingdom, is that Paddy Power and Betfair seem to be, well, they are offering the best prices of the 10 places each way bookmakers. So I will point you in the direction in the description box. Just click through to Paul Williams's Open Championship preview, and you can access Paddy Power's £20 or €20 no lose first bet. That's the new customer promotion for those of you who haven't got a Paddy Power account. And for those of you who have got a Paddy Power account, you can open up a Betfair Sportsbook account. You will get the same odds. You will get exactly the same 10 places each way at 50 odds. And you can access their new customer offer, Betfair Sportsbook, up to £100 or €100 of free bets within the first 30 days of you opening the account. And as I will go through in the predictor model, they are best price right now of the 10 place bookmakers. In terms of 8 places each way, who are offering the best odds right now overall, it has to be Betfred. Betfred have gone 8 places each way at 50 odds at the 2019 Open, and you can also access through Paul Williams's preview in the description box. Just click through on the link. Their current new customer promotion, which is a bet 10 and get £30 of free bets plus 30 free spins at the Betfred Casino. Of course, full terms are available at Golf Betting System for all 3 of those new customer promotions. So, top 10 of Paul's predictor model. 10. Jason Day. When I mention additional each way places, it's all 50 odds. Jason Day is at 10. He is a 40 to 1 shot with Bet365. Best price in the market right now, 8 places each way. Best of the 10 place bookmakers, 35 to 1 with Betfair Sportsbook or Paddy Power for Jason Day. 9 is Bryson DeChambeau. He is available, best price, 40 to 1, 10 places each way with Betfair Sportsbook and with Paddy Power. So Bryson DeChambeau, 10 places each way, and you're getting market best price. That's a no-brainer. 8, Xander Schauffele. Xander Schauffele, 28 to 1 available with Bet365, 8 places each way. Best 10 places bookmaker is William Hill. 22 to 1, 10 places each way on Xander. 7, Brooks Koepka, 10 to 1 with Betfred, 8 places each way. Or 9 to 1 with Betfair Sportsbook and Paddy Power, 10 places each way. 6, Dustin Johnson, 16 to 1 with Betfred, 8 places each way. Dustin Johnson is 14 to 1 with Betfair Sportsbook and Paddy Power, 10 places each way. 5, Patrick Cantlay, 35 to 1 with Bet365, 8 places each way. Or you can get 28 to 1 with Betfair Sportsbook and Paddy Power, 10 places each way on Patrick Cantlay. 4, Hideki Matsuyama, 40 to 1 with Bet365, 8 places each way. Or 35 to 1 with Boyle Sports, 10 places each way. 3, Matt Kuchar, 40 to 1 with Unibet, 7 places each way. Or 33 to 1 with William Hill, 10 places each way on Matt Kuchar. 2, John Rahm, 16 to 1, market best price, Betfred, 8 places each way. Or you can take the 10 places each way with Betfair Sportsbook or Paddy Power, 14 to 1 on John Rahm. And finally, the local lad, the course record holder, Rory McIlroy, 9 to 1 with Betfred, 8 places each way, or 8 to 1 with Paddy Power, 10 places each way. Betfair Sportsbook and Paddy Power, 10 places each way on Rory McIlroy. So McIlroy, Rahm, Matt Kuchar, they make up the top 3 of this week's predictor model at Golf Betting System. Right, Paul Williams has done the honours this week. He always does the Open Championship, and he has pulled together quite a, well, it is incredibly detailed. We're dealing with the Dunluce Links Portrush, Royal Portrush Golf Club. So Harry Colt design, he had a Martin Ebert renovation in 2017. I think it's on 2 of the holes. A real genuine links test this week at the Open Championship. Not what we saw in Scotland last week. This is genuine links play, and the scoring will depend on 2 things: the softness and lushness of the fairways and the greens, and the amount of wind we get, because of course it's a golf course that is tucked away in the northwest part of Northern Ireland, and it is very, very open to the elements. That is clear to see. I don't think I've seen an open venue that's so just available to win, to get at those players. It's very, very open. It's perched, and wind, which looks like it's coming from a non-predominant direction southwest for this Open Championship. If there is some severe wind this week, it will really hurt the scoring. But early forecasts, again, I'm recording this on Monday lunchtime, early forecasts are that we're not going to see winds over and above 10 gusting 15 miles per hour. So Paul thinks that the scoring this week could be very, very gettable. Okay, winning prices of previous winners of the Open Championship over the most recent years. 2018, Francesco Molinari was 33 to 1. 2017, Jordan Spieth was 16 to 1. 2016, Henrik Stenson was 33 to 1. 2015, Zach Johnson won 10 to 1. 2014, Rory McIlroy was 18 to 1. And 2013, Phil Mickelson was 20 to 1. So what about recent form of Open Championship winners? And this comes very clear that you want to form that Francesco showed coming into the Open. On top of that, 2017, Jordan Spieth flew into the northwest of England fully fresh and rested, after his 10th PGA Tour victory, the outing before at the Travellers. Henrik Stenson in 2016 was 13th at the Scottish Open, and prior to that he'd won the BMW International Open. So yeah, win, and then a nice freewheeling position, 13th at the Scottish Open, and Henrik got the job done over Phil Mickelson. So form is there for all to see. John Deere, if we look at Zach Johnson in 2015, he was third at the John Deere Classic, and he was also 5th at the Byron Nelson and 6th at TPC River Highlands, the Travellers, in his build-up to the Open. So there you go, 3rd, 5th and 6th. So we want players that are in form. That's fairly obvious. Phil Mickelson, he actually won in 2013 the Scottish Open, then the week after won the Open Championship. So great form in is not a bad shout. Previous Open Championship record as well. Take Francesco Molinari. He had a top 10 at the Open prior to winning last year. Jordan Spieth had finished 4th at the Open at St Andrews before he won. Henrik Stenson had 2 thirds and a 2nd before he won the title in 2016. Zach Johnson had a 9th and a 6th. So you can see that form in. Rory McIlroy in 2014 had finished 3rd in the Open previously. So top 10 finishes, also a fantastic prerequisite almost to getting the job done at the Open. All of this data and far more is available in the betting in the description box. Just click through and you can read through Paul's very detailed Open Championship preview. Okay, to his tips. Hot form. This guy is coming in extremely hot. Paul has gone at the top. Jon Rahm, he's gone 3 points each way, 16 to 1, 8 places each way available with Bet365 on Jon Rahm. His with four major titles in his last 9 starts, you can build a case around the fact that Brooks Koepka could be the guy to beat this week, and of course he's second in the betting behind Rory McIlroy. But for form in, you will not get better right now than Jon Rahm. That is clear. He was 3rd at the US Open. He was 2nd at the Andalusia Masters and 1st at the Irish Open. So 3-2-1 is a form. He has not got the Open Championship top 10 that we would really crave if we could get hold of it. But his form in Europe is just unbelievable. Of course, that win came at the Irish Open, which we suspect is a very close view of exactly that course that they played. Was very close at La Hinch to what we're going to see at Royal Portrush. So Paul thinks that's a very big clue, and the form from that Irish Open, in Paul's view, is going to be far more accurate than the form that we saw last week at the Scottish Open. Much has been made of the 24-year-old's temperament when the going gets tough, which it undoubtedly does at a major championship. However, Paul thinks that is showing improvement recently in terms of that ability to be able to grind a lot more. Indeed, that 2nd at Valderrama at the Andalusia Masters, which is on a very tricky golf course, he showed a lot of respect there for the golf course and finished 2nd in that, and there were no blow-ups during that. And don't forget the 3rd at the US Open, that was played on a coastal course at Pebble Beach. And if you think that tenuous hole can be picked in any player, or tenuous hole can be picked in any player, for Rahm, it's the Open Championship record, which reads 59th, 44th missed cut. But Paul thinks he's happy to look at that wider record in Europe. And on the European Tour in general, he has captured 4 wins and 4 top 5 finishes from 14 career European Tour starts. 2 Irish Opens. Goes well in Ireland, clearly very comfortable in Europe and in Northern Europe. And Paul just thinks that the level of wind, the scoring that we think there's going to be this week, the kind of low to mid-teens in terms of the winning score, just fits Jon Rahm to a T. So he has gone 3 points each way, 16 to 1, 8 places each way, 50 odds with Bet365. Next up, a player who I tipped up at the PGA Championship. I also tipped up at the US Open this year. Paul is also tipping him up this week because he's an absolute ruthless major championship performer. Xander Schauffele, 2 points each way, 28 to 1, 8 places each way, 50 odds with bet 365 on Xander. 20th at Birkdale on debut in 2017, which was driven chiefly by a final round 65, which elevated him 32 spots on the leaderboard to boost his second official World Golf Rankings haul. He was also second last year, which saw him sitting in a three-way tie for the lead heading into the final day, before eventually finishing in the logjam 2 shots behind Francesco Molinari. Although not quite as impressive as his US Open form of 5.63, there's no reason to suggest that when Xander makes the major breakthrough that it won't be on this side of the pond at the Open. He can play all of these major courses. The Bombers courses out in the States, your likes of Augusta's, but he can also play these tricky European tracks as well. 2 wins in the wraparound 2018-19 PGA Tour season gets him a tick in the recent win box, and beating classy fields at the WGC HSBC Champions and Century Tournament Champions is what the 25-year-old is all about. For Paul, you can virtually disregard his non-elite company efforts as being irrelevant. It's clearly just the bigger events that get his juices flowing. So, Paul thinks that Xander Schauffele is going to be involved again in the outcome this week at the Open. 2 points each way, 28 to 1, 8 places each way at 50 odds, with bet 365 on Xander. Next up, a player that's really playing some sweet stuff from tee to green. At this mid-price, a lot of tempting players, 28 to 40 to 1 this week. Paul in that region is going for the Australian, who now has Steve Williams on the bag. Jason Day, 1.5 points each way, 40 to 1, 8 places each way at 50 odds, with bet 365 on Jason Day. Day from tee to green at the moment is playing some absolutely exceptional stuff, it has to be said. He was first in the field for GIR when finishing 8th at the Travellers Championship recently Open, and Paul just thinks on a course where scrambling and decent putting is going to be required, if Day finds his form with his undoubted world-class short game and just aligns that with what we're seeing in terms of his greens in regulation and strokes gained approach at the moment, Jason Day could be a fantastic each way punt at 40 to 1. Bet 365, 8 places each way at 50 odds. We've got 3 more to go. The American Webb Simpson, a point each way, 90 to 1 available, 8 places each way with bet 365. Simpson, just consistent. He's 18th for total putting on the PGA Tour this season. He's 22nd for strokes gained putting. He was 16th at the US Open when he led the field for total putts and was 3rd for putts per GIR. Second in his start before at the Canadian Open, which saw rankings of 9th for driving accuracy, 11th for greens in regulation and 1st for scrambling. He performs at major championships these days. I think he's been in the top 20 and of course a top 5 finish at the Masters in all 3 majors this year. Webb Simpson, that is a big price, 90 to 1, 8 places each way, 50 odds with bet 365. And then 2 at bigger prices. If you're looking for some real triple digit action, 10 places each way at 50 odds with William Hill on Lucas Glover, who has a couple of top 10 finishes in his last 2 starts. And finally, the Asian sensation who performed so beautifully at the PGA Championship at Bethpage Black a few months ago, Jazz Jane Wattenand, or Jazz Jane Wattenand, half a point each way, 300 to 1 available with Betfred, 8 places each way at 50 odds. 2 wins and a further 8 top 5 finishes in 2019 for Jazz Jane Wattenand, who's playing some unbelievable stuff to tie. And Paul just thinks that could well transfer this week to a links setup that could be very gettable in conditions that should favour the golfers this week. So, Jazz available at 300 to 1, 8 places each way at 50 odds with Betfred. Lucas Glover 200 to 1, 10 places each way, 50 odds with William Hill. Webb Simpson 90 to 1 with Bet365, 8 places each way, 50 odds. Paul's also going Jason Day 40 to 1 with Bet365 in the 8 places. Xander Schauffele 20.
What iron did you use? 5. What iron did you tell me to use? Cheers, bud. Give me that. See yours out.
Best thing from 2 out.
Come on then, I'll give it you. Thanks, Luke.
Very nice.
You got it?
Yeah.
Mate, the greens at Castle Rock are pure, mate, aren't they?
They're solid. Absolutely, just love them.
I've got a lot to say, really. I'm quite content here. I love Ireland.
You love this, don't you?
I do.
It's a sunny day in Ireland. We're on the golf course.
If I miss this, I wouldn't mind. I would not. So this is part of a media day at Castle Rock. It's on the Monday. The Open obviously starts on Thursday, and we're going to do a bit of the practice days as well. Right, switch over to we're playing stroke 1 here. How nice is this?
Got to switch on, haven't you?
Yeah, you've got it, mate. You've got it. Oh, Louis! Wow, that was a good time for me to press the camera on, wasn't it? Oh, the shape on that. What did you say to stroke 1 at Castle Rock, mate?
That's alright, yeah. Hopefully I can just get it on the green and 2 putt it out. Oh, he's done that. 2 good tee shots, mate.
Yeah, really good. Really good.
Take that. Look, I don't even want to know where the ball's gone. You can see where it's gone. That is a smile, that, isn't it?
Mate, that was a good strike.
That was a great shot.
You're in Ireland, mate.
Ireland for the first time.
How do you feel to be in Ireland?
Oh, lovely. I mean, Ireland, it's 23 degrees, it's not a breath of wind.
Yeah, it's not the Ireland we were thinking of, really, is it?
Well,
Take it though. Yeah, take it. Oh, what a strike. Beautiful. Pure, Louis. Bit of a kick. Now, we're playing this media day, but we've ended up just being a 2-ball at the minute, so we're on nearest the pin, and I need photographic evidence of this shot, Lou.
You won't need photographic evidence of this one. Yeah.
Won't need what? That's easy for you to say.
Hitting it well, yeah.
Yeah, I've just played 4 really good holes there, or 5, whatever it is. Anyway, come on. Playing 206 to the flag, proper par 3. That's a beautiful strike. No, you pured it. You can see it. You'll pick that one up, I would think. That's pin eye as well. I can see the marker at the moment. It's front right. There's a chance that might be to the flag.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. We need to leave it on. Have it a good one. Right. Nearest the pin. I've clubbed him. So, got the best excuse in the world. Oh, he can't hit any. I hope this goes pin high, because he's hit it pure.
Oh, long. It's your fault, mate. I can't believe it. That 206 stuff flag, mate. That's carried.
That's carried, taking one bounce, and it's up into that bank.
So basically, it's your fault, though, really. What iron did you use? 5. What iron did you tell me to use? Cheers, bud.
There's mine. Clubbed myself to perfection. Hit a great shot, run down off here. And then listens and takes advice. No good. That is enough. Look, I stayed with you rather than the ball then. That was great technique out of there. Just popped it up nice and neat, didn't you?
Well, if you see the bounce.
Oh, they can't. You can sort it. I think we can just pick it up, but that's it.
Look where I am away. I seriously think that's going to be a tough one to. Well, we'll see. Well, 206 punting into 10 feet. That's not bad. Bit of a swing on this, I think. I might be wrong. Oh, Lou! I thought you were nearest the pin.
I can't believe that.
I hope it's got flight on that. You ready?
Oh, don't.
Have you called it?
Yeah. For anyone who knows, you're quite tall, aren't you? And you just didn't have a chance there.
Not the best of lives, was it? 18th hole as well. Not the way you want to finish a round, is it? It's not the best here, to be fair.
Oh, that's quality. Super shot, that.
The better way to. Right, we have just arrived in Port Stewart Golf Club. It's day 2 of our little trip to Ireland, but this is a special day because we're about to meet literally a golfing legend.
Who are we meeting?
We're meeting this man.
Turn the shoulder and move the weight. That's so, look at that. When you hit them like that, this is how you walk to the next one. in Texas, in Kentucky in America, and I win the tournament 3 times in a row. So now I go to the press. The guy said to me, "You've been driving the ball better. What do you like about your drive?" I said, "Well, the grip this, the kick point is here. I've got it set with a slight draw. It's flatter, etc." And I did say that. I said, and there are 40 press guys there. If I had to choose between this club and my wife, I'd miss her. The next day, headlines in the paper. So I go to the gym and I come back and my wife's hiding in the cupboard, and I walk in the bedroom and there's my driver on the bed. With a note, "You've chosen your new mate. May you hit it long and straight. I won't be at the gate." See, I went to Japan and I watched these little men. They stand like this and they've got a man over here with a brick in his hand. He goes, "Shah!" with his hands. Now there are no knuckles. They've broken the hand 100 times, so there's just a wart. So they break the brick. Now they say to the guy, "Moto, wakarimashita. Watch this. Speedo. Right. Hiya!" They sort of put himself in the river and then shah! And that brick shatters. 2 bricks. I mean, you think you're seeing things. And I said to the man, "How do you get such speed? Do you get over your shoulders?" This when I was a young man. He said, "No, from here. Shoo! Shoo! Shoo!" This rotation there. Shoo! But you see, when I'm rotating, you see how my weight's going forward. Look. Shoo! That's the ideal swing. Rotation with your weight going forward.
Right, so we've arrived, first day of the Open. It's so this is the Tuesday, this is one of the practice days obviously. We'll just show you a little way around, but I'll tell you what, the first hole, they're going to be teeing off from back there into that little grandstand, and that's where they're heading. What a great opening hole that is. So you've got Henrik, bit of beef there, Molinari. Molinari been in the gym, mate, he's looking a bit, he's wearing the old tight skin top there. You get one of them, mean you?
It wouldn't be the first thing I bought from the merch stand.
Comments down below. Do you want to see me and Louie in skin tight? Molinari like.
It's now the flag.
So Lou, it's programmed for DeChambeau's swing. How steep is that? That's steep, that, isn't it? Now what about the finish? That's not your normal finishing position, is it? That is weird. So this machine is set up for DeChambeau's swing, so it replicates where he would be with that. That is so weird. That's incredible. They change it up for a different player every day. I think tomorrow they said it's Tiger Woods, but I think the DeChambeau thing is perfect because that is so different. Where he is in the top of his backswing is so strange. How weird was that? Wow, incredible, wasn't it?
That is on both sides of the swing.
Yeah, it is. It's at the top and on the follow through. It's so different. That's incredible.
When's that set up for?
It's DeChambeau.
DeChambeau? You've
Yeah.
got to have a go.
Because you'll never be.
Keep your arms as stiff as his.
Well, that's how it feels when you're at the top here.
Even that setup. That's how it is.
Right, we'll meet a few legends here today. But I've got one stood alongside me, Willie Gregg from the Harbour Bar in Portrush.
Correct.
It's all going on down there this week.
Oh, we're blessed. We've got it's the 19th green tea, you call it. You know, it's official, and the bar's all decked out, completely decked out with all bits and pieces of golfing paraphernalia or regalia.
Yeah.
But the world's golfers are there.
They're all there.
And we've been gearing, and Mother Nature's going to be good to us. She's shining on us. So our little bar turns into a massive bar.
Well, we'll be there tonight.
I'll see you tonight.
Pictures and videos down there, and we'll see you down there.
I'll be there tonight. It'll be a pleasure.
Good to meet you,
It'll be a pleasure.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Na 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 na. Baby, give it up. Na 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 na. Baby, give it up.
Roll you with me. Get under this.
Yeah, I prefer to get soaked.
Hey?
I prefer to get soaked.
Come on, don't be daft. Just a little bit miserable today at the Open and not the best way to start. Let's hope this goes off a little bit between now and sunbathe, otherwise